Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Hope you are well. So today in this video I am going to complete the poem Adonais written by P.B. Shelley. So in the last videos I have completed till stanza 50. So today I am going to start from stanza 51, and this video is going to be on the summary of stanzas 51 to 55. That means the final stanza. Okay, so let us read it. What is there in the stanza number 51? In stanza number 51 we can see that Shelley or the poetic persona is actually asking the mourners to visit Rome and obviously to visit the grave of John Keats. So this grave is actually still green, and that is why people are still mourning. So here the poet is saying that the persons or the mourners should not mourn anymore. Rather they should take some rest in the monument, under the monument where actually Keats is lying. So why the poet requests such thing? Because he thinks that Keats has become one with the eternal force, with the almighty powerful force of the universe. So he is saying that if the mourners take some rest under the monument where Keats is lying, they will feel some sereneness. Okay, so this is the subject matter, this is the summary of the stanza number 51. So let's move towards stanza number 52. In this stanza we can see that everything changes in this life, everything changes or passes in this life, but the one, quote unquote one, remains. So what is this one? One is nothing but the eternal force, the perpetual force. Okay, the omnipotent, we can say the omnipotent God. Actually he had not cleared this idea about this one, but we can understand this one is nothing but the God. Okay, so these never changes, and at the same time he says that our life is very much like a stained glass or colorful glass, through which the heavenly white pure light passes through and makes our life colorful. So at the time of death, what happens? These colorful glasses actually break down. So what happens? We can become one with the heavenly lights. So death is nothing to be afraid of. He is asking his readers that we should not be afraid of death. Rather, we should accept this so that we can be in single line with death. So this is the subject matter of stanza 52, and here we can also say that this beauty of the white light, due to the white light, is not comparable enough with the beauty of Rome. Okay, so let's move towards stanza number 53. This stanza shows Shelley, or the poetic persona, as very much grief-stricken, very much hopeless. He is feeling really bad because the light of hope, on the belief that there is some goodness in the human beings, is actually evaporating. Actually his idea of hope, good hope, is evaporating from the human beings. He is completely grief stricken, and he portrays everything of this nature or natural phenomena, that as if all of these is asking the poet to be one with Keats. He is actually mourning. He is so much grief stricken that he felt himself to be dead. So in the next stanza, stanza number 54. In this stanza we can see that the poet is feeling the light, the blessing over him, and he is feeling that this blessing is so much powerful that its power is much more than the original sin. Actually you have already known about what is original sin, that we gain from our birth. So we can say that this blessing is very much powerful, and Shelley is actually very much happy to have that. Now he is not afraid of death, because he knows that through death he can be one with the all-powerful or the omnipotent God. Okay, so in stanza number 55, in this stanza we can see that the poet is saying that he has invoked this power, this force, with the power of his song. Here song refers to the poem written by Shelley. All throughout the poem we can see that he is referring to his poem as songs, okay, and also saying that he is feeling himself to be dead and being carried towards the heaven where he can be the one with the eternal stars. So who are these eternal stars? Actually these eternal stars are the poets who are already dead, like Sir Philip Sidney, like Keats or Shakespeare or someone like that. They are actually compared to the eternal stars by Shelley, and Shelley wants to be one of them. So here the poem ends. Hope this will be of help. If this helps you, then please give it a like, do share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not done yet. Thank you for watching this video.